Good morning everybody, welcome to the Dorchester Hotel here in London, and as you can see from the turnout, we've got a big fight on our hands. The Heavyweight Championship of the World. How nice does that sound? The Heavyweight Championship of the World. On April the 9th at the O2 Arena, Charles Martin, the unbeaten IBF Heavyweight Champion of the world, will take on the Olympic champion Anthony Joshua for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. Tickets sold out within 90 seconds this morning at the O2. We had over 17,000 individual customers in the waiting room trying to get tickets. This event could have sold out Wembley in a heartbeat. But we're here in April at the O2, a capacity crowd for an event I believe will go down in the history of British boxing. The first time the World Heavyweight Championship has been contested in London for some 16 years. Two fantastic fighters, two undefeated fighters, two huge men, two giants in the sport of boxing collide in a memorable night live on Sky Sports Box Office. An event sponsored by William Hill and some of our other huge partners, StubHub. I'm delighted to welcome the heavyweight champion of the world, flown all the way over from Los Angeles, Charles Martin. We've seen in preparation for April the 9th, so many heavyweights call the name of Anthony Joshua. Whether they want the money, whether they've seen a chink in the armoury after the Dylan White fight, you could not find a heavyweight in the world that has not mentioned his name. The difference is with this man, he actually wanted to fight him. So many we contacted, talked a good game, but when it came down to it, they didn't want to know. This man called his name, and this man wants to fight him, and this man believes he can win. So firstly, I'm going to pass it over to say a few words to the heavyweight champion of the world, Charles Martin.
Good morning. How you guys doing? My short stay in London has been, a warm welcome. The people are nice here. I might even move over here one day, I love London. I don't want to leave. The food was excellent. Yeah, definitely. But I'll be here April 9th to put on a show and show everybody why I'm the heavyweight champion of the world and why I will remain the heavyweight champion of the world. Period. Ain't nobody taking this from me. This is my baby. In the right hands. This man right here, Olympic gold medalist. But I don't think he's ready. I don't think that's enough for what I'm bringing April 9th. A lot of power. A lot of power. Thank you.
Charles, obviously, like I said, you were the one that called Anthony out. You were the one that wanted him. It's a huge fight, huge occasion. You said you wanted to fight the best in the world, and that's why you're making a trip. That's why you're taking this fight.
Indeed. I'm going to win these fans over here. He's a big hype job over here, and I'm coming to take his fans. I'm coming to win the fans over here in London. Because me personally, I think he's too smart for his own good. But I ain't really with all the talking. So you guys will be able to find out what these are about April 9th.
Thank you, Charles. A gentleman that's been with Charles for the majority of his career, someone I've known for a number of years. I think 3 years ago we had a stroll on Santa Monica Beach, and you told me you had a heavyweight called Charles Martin that will one day fight Anthony Joshua for the heavyweight championship of the world. Paul Kane, welcome in charge of the camp and proceedings. This is a big fight, and obviously you're going to have a great camp up in Big Bear, and you have full confidence in your man.
Yeah, so thanks Eddie for welcoming us into town. Matchroom looked after us great. Security. I want to thank Leon Margolis, Mike Barreo, Che Guevara, Jeff Goodman, Mark Olivia, and everybody that helped Charles along the way get to this point. This is a fight he's going to win. He's a super special kid. And everybody keeps saying they don't know him. Well, April 9th, everyone in the UK will know who Charles Martin is. Thank you so much, and that's about it, Ed.
Thanks, Paul. Before I pass over to Anthony Joshua, this fight definitely wouldn't be able to be possible without the support of our broadcast partner in Sky Sports. To bring the heavyweight champion of the world over here is always difficult to do, but we are lucky and blessed to have a partner like Sky Sports with some 20 plus shows a year with them who have supported us, and probably the only broadcaster in British boxing that has consistently backed the sport. Now we see the growth of the sport in Britain. Many others are trying to jump along on the way, but one remains consistent, one remains strong, and that is our partner Sky Sports. And I'll pass over to the head of boxing, Adam Smith.
Thanks, Eddie. What a time, as you're saying, for British boxing. It really is phenomenal. You know, just over a week to go until one of the best fights I remember in many years, with Carl Frampton and Scott Quigg going at it in the packed Manchester Arena, and then just 6 weeks afterwards, April the 9th. What a fantastic fight this is. I think it came as a surprise. I think that it's hats off to Eddie and Anthony's team for taking this risk, because it is risky business. I was in America for Charles Martin's win over Vyacheslav Glazkov. I spent time around him. He's deep-rooted in boxing. I know he's unbeaten. He's very powerful, and he's very confident. And I think this is a very tough fight for Anthony. But I think it's a fight that Anthony wanted. And I think that April the 9th is going to be a very, very special occasion. As Eddie said, 16 years since the heavyweight title was contested in London. I believe that was when we covered Lennox Lewis against Franz Botha. We've had Bruno beating Oliver McCall at the fourth attempt, the likes of Lennox Lewis, David Haye, and of course last year, Tyson Fury beating Vladimir Klitschko out in Germany. It's wonderful times again for boxing. The heavyweight division is thriving. Is Anthony Joshua going to cement that legacy very early on in his 16th fight on April the 9th? Tickets gone. Sky Sports box office, the place to watch it. We're going to be with them, both of them, through the build-up, through the camps, providing you behind the ropes, providing you gloves are off, providing all the build-up to April the 9th. I think it's going to be a very, very special occasion, and I hope you really enjoy it all. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. To a young man who has been, I believe, integral to the growth of boxing since he turned professional just a couple of years ago. A man that is a phenomenon at the box office, both on Sky and at the O2 Arena. Someone that is changing the face of sport. I believe yesterday a fantastic new arrangement for him to join the Under Armour team. Whether it was coincidence or not, I saw a nice rise in your share price yesterday after that announcement. But on April the 9th, that all goes out the window. It's a fight between him and Charles Martin for the Heavyweight World Championship. And when this opportunity arose, I have a text message saved in my gallery that I will never ever delete. And I said to Anthony Joshua, do you want this fight? And the answer was, let's roll. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce the current British Commonwealth WBC International Champion, 15-0, 15 knockouts, Anthony Joshua.
Thank you guys for coming out this morning. It's much appreciated. Good to see some familiar faces again. It's a pleasure to be back here knowing I've got a date scheduled for April the 9th. Another competition, another tough competition, but a great competition which will help me within my growth in the sport. I think I have to give credit to Charles Martin as well as the heavyweight champion of the world for stating he wanted to fight myself, and credit to my team, Sky. I could mention so many names, but just credit to everyone who put this fight together. We're not hard to work with. We got the deal done, and we're here. And it'll just be another unbelievable night of boxing, and I think it'll be another game-changing night of boxing once again. Something we can all remember, and God willing, I get the win. Something we can. I'm someone that the people will stay behind, as they're behind me already, and follow me through my career. I think April 9th, moving on from the show, December the 12th, will be a massive night of entertainment. Undercard will be unbelievable. Me and Charles Martin, two big guys, undefeated. Let's push the belt to one side. We've got two hungry fighters, bringing old school boxing back. We're not scared to fight. We go to war, we can box, we can dance, we can stick and move, or we can get drawn into the trenches and slug it out for rounds, and it'll be the first man to go down and the last man standing who walks out with the belt, and that's just the reward of a hard night's work. And I'm really looking forward to putting on a good show for everyone.
You talk about putting the belt to one side and focusing on the fight itself. How easy is that, bearing in mind that on April 9th you have a chance to become heavyweight champion of the world?
I think luckily the road that was laid out for me when I started boxing was always a fast-tracked road. So even like times going to like the European Championships, World Championships, Olympic Championships, I had to kind of take myself away from the fact of how big the event was with so little experience. And luckily it's the same as a professional. I'm here now, same attitude, same ring, different opponent, but the same goal. And the objective is to win and capture the rewards that come at the end of it. And that's how I'm going to approach the fight, just the same way I've always approached my fight.
Andy Burton from Sky Sports News, I believe, with a couple of questions.
Yeah, Charles, look, we'll start with you. Obviously, you're the champion, you're the man who is Martin v Joshua, not Joshua v Martin, so we'll give you the respect of being champion will go first. Can you talk a little bit about the fact that bookmakers have Anthony as a huge favourite to win, despite the fact that you come here as champion? The British public can think that this will be the night that Anthony becomes heavyweight champion. How do you feel about that? Do you feel you have a point to prove?
First, I want to, give credit to Al Heyman and my team, Abel Sanchez for offering his gym to me, where I can get that good training in that. And on your question's behalf, I'm not really too much worried about, what they think, because, that's their golden child. I'm coming here on his turf, on his time to make a statement, So this is all a self-pride, this is a self thing for me. It don't got nothing to do with what the people think. This is what I'm gonna do when I get in the ring with my performance. See what I'm saying?
And so Anthony, we know that nights at the O2 are special. We know that the crowds at the O2 are lively. Will be pretty much all supporting you. Charles called you out. Putting it simply, do you think he knows what he's letting himself in for?
I think as champion, he definitely knows what he's letting himself in for. He's at a level where I want to get to. I've got to keep myself with the underdog mentality, not really let the fact that I have so many supporters there, but I have to ride that wave as well, not try to block it out, but at the same time keep my feet firmly on the ground and just understand I've got a tough job at hand in defeating Charles Martin, who is the current heavyweight champion of the world, which I think is very possible.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to finish now with head-to-head with both guys. Everyone's going to be available for one-to-ones. Thank you so much for your support. Got undercard news coming very soon. This is going to be a special night and special event.